here. Don't. Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right, if everyone will take a seat, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you are here. If you don't respond, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Johnny Joe Webb. Johnny Joe Webb. Derek Reyes. Thank you. John Stephen Meyer.
So 1:30 judge.
All right, thank you. In custody, we have Jules Alonzo, Michael Campos, Jesse Gonzalez, Houston Stewart, Joseph Solis, Moses Albert Martinez, Moses Albert Martinez. In custody, we have Hannah Owen, Christopher Gonzalez. Thank you. Alexander Castro. Meyer 130, Mark Anthony Acosta. Costa. Mark Anthony Costa. In custody, we have Jesus Prado. Andrew Orozco. Samuel Espinoza. Thank you. Brian Maldonado Arita. Brian Maldonado Arita. Juan Rios. Thank you. In custody, we have Justin Sumi. Monroe. Thank you. Monroe Hurd. Robert Castillo.
Present.
Thank you. Samuel Bach. Thank you. Sebastian Delgado. Sebastian Delgado. Ernest Mora.
That I am present. Last setting you indicated that he could appear on Zoom. This morning he is on Zoom.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Miguel Ramos. Thank you. Jovan Amor, custody. Juan Jose Flores. Did I just call that? Juan Jose Flores. Eric Cantu. Thank you. Michael Rosas. Andrew Orozco, custody. Michael Campos, custody. David Keller. David Henry Keller. David Machi. Or Machi. David Machi or David Machi. Diego Morasco Mascaro, custody. Arceli Garcia. Arceli Garcia. All right, anyone whose name was not called or you came in late. All right, these are the rules of the court. Everybody listen to these rules carefully. They're the same rules I always give. They never change, but people don't follow them. So it's Monday, a day of new beginnings. So we're going to follow these rules. To my left is the court reporter. Do not place your paperwork on her desk. Do not stand around her. Do not talk around her while we're on the record. How do you know we're on the record? Because I will have called the style of the case. If you touch your equipment and damage it, write a check for $10,000, preferably certified. In front of me right here is Criminal Trial Division. Their files are right there. Just grab your file, place it on their desk, have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. Here is Family Violence. Again, just grab their file, place it on their desk, have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. Behind the prosecutors for family violence is the probation officer. Vashawn, can you raise your hand? Do not gather around her. Do not turn your back to her. Do not put your papers on her desk. That is her office. It's an office without walls, but treat it as such. This door right here, attorneys, you know that's where inmates come from. Do not block the officer's line of vision. If something happens and they have to run you over, I will do an affidavit saying that you were warned. Do not approach the bench unless you have conferred with the state and conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, yes, they need to be brought out here. Do not approach the court coordinator asking for resets, continuances to be excused. I'm the only person who can do that. Once you have conferred with the state, once you have conferred with your client, walk to this desk over here, ask them to place your file here. I will call you in order of appearance. The only exception is if your client needs an interpreter, and that is because there are so few interpreters. We try to get them in and out. Does your client need an interpreter? If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, you need to have the interpreter called down. Once you request your client, if your client is an inmate, do not leave the courtroom because for security reasons, the deputies can have only so many persons in the box. Today is Monday. It's a short week. So what does that mean? Either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday is going to become Friday. So we're going to be kind to each other. We're going to smile, even if we don't meet it. And we're going to confer nicely. All right, everyone, please confer. Michonne, I went to go see Ghostbusters. That's an hour and 20 minutes because I'm in the fall of my life. That's an hour and 20 minutes. I can't get back. At some point, you should stop. You should stop. Like Alien, I think they should stop. But am I going to go see it? Yeah, because I need to see how it ends. Beetlejuice. Do we need another Beetlejuice? Absolutely not. But am I going to see it? Yes, because I need to see how it ends.
Judge, it was you that started the online petition to get a new roadhouse, right?
Absolutely not. I don't need to see the end of it. Good morning. Yes. Thank you.
There's quite a few people who are next year.
Derek Reyes. Good morning. All right. So you're asking for a continuance? All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 2568, State of Texas versus Derek Reyes. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
Luis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Reyes.
And are you Mr. Reyes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We are here for a sentencing and you filed a motion for continuance.
I did, Judge.
All right, what's the purpose for the motion for continuance?
Judge, prior to sentencing, this is obviously a intoxication manslaughter case. There's a wrongful death case going on against the bar that was involved in this incident. Prior to that, the plaintiff's attorney reached out to me to figure out if they could depose Mr. Reyes because he's essential to their case against the bars. We had been going back and forth, agreed that once we did sentencing, we'd be happy to be deposed. He went ahead and entered into a plea bargain. Unfortunately, the plaintiff's attorney who's handling the case at Mr. Henry's office is moving to another firm. So that's caused a holdup. I do have a three-way email string between me and the defense attorney and the plaintiff's attorney, and we've got some dates. I'm available for all those dates. We're just waiting for the okay on which one of those will be.
All right, this has been going on since January. They're gonna have to depose him at the prison.
Judge, you know how difficult that would be, and this of course does help the complainant's family. This is at their request. They're the ones that reached out to me. We haven't had any issues with Mr. Reyes when he's on bond. I'm just asking that we continue him for a couple more weeks to allow this to happen. We've got the dates that we have available are mentioned in the continuance. I'm available on all those dates. It'll take an afternoon. And after that, we'll be in a position to get this done. So.
Judge, part of the plea bargain agreement was that he would cooperate with the ongoing cases against the bar. I do understand that he is needed, so I think that it would be a good idea just to let him have the time just to get deposed.
What's the specific date that he's going to be disposed on? None of these proposed dates. What's the specific date?
I just need the plaintiff's attorney to tell me which day. I mean, I'm available the 15th, I'm available the 16th.
All right, so before I make a ruling, you all need to get that from the complainant's attorney. What date?
Yes, ma'am.
So-
I'll reach out to the plaintiff's attorney right now.
All right, so have a seat. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Samuel Bach.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, State, did you tender an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you?
20.
20?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this in 3 weeks for plea deadline date. All right, you're coming back on April 18th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I see attorneys just sitting here. Court is recessing at noon. Do not rush the court at 11:45. Why is it whenever I make that announcement, then people start, yeah,
Because you don't mean it.
yeah, I do. Oh, yes. In the words of my grandmother, don't test me.
It's Monday though, right? We're just starting to.
Yeah, but you know, the problem is we gotta get a 5-day work week and a 4-day work week. So we'll see how it goes. Christopher Gonzalez.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's it now.
Judge, we're here
Client
for.
always dresses appropriately for court. I appreciate
Look
that.
at this. This is style, this is class.
All right, so we're scheduled for jury trial.
You're scheduled to set a date for.
Yes. Okay, so
Yes.
what date?
We've talked about it, Judge. We're looking at May 7th, Tuesday, May 7th.
May 7th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be May 7th. All right, we'll see you back on May 7th for jury trial. Are there any pretrial motions or anything that the court needs to hear?
No, Judge.
All right, let me make sure I have the discovery acknowledgement. And which case are you all proceeding on? Is it the 2022 case? I think it's the 2022.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so if you all can make sure, because I do have the acknowledgement for discovery in that case, but in the other case, I don't have an acknowledgement for discovery. I know you all are not going on that case, but if you all could get an acknowledgement of discovery on that one as well.
No double check, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good
You
day.
were- All right, you too, thank you.
You need to sign?
Reset form, then you're excused. And Deputy Mejia, who was the one who had the chest pains? All right, could you pull that file, Marco? Thank you. Oh, okay. All right, who's the attorney on Diego Mascaro?
I am Your Honor, Sharon Thorne.
Hi. Well, we can't hear your motion to withdraw because he is having chest pains.
I was just advised of that. Okay.
So we'll recall it.
I'm officially set on April 2nd, so. I don't know.
Okay.
That was-
All right, well, we'll keep it for April 2nd.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe excused.
Yes.
Thank you.
Eric Cantu. Good morning.
You want Mr. Cantu to come up, Judge?
Oh, yeah. All right. We have evading and evading. Two evading cases, that's it?
Yes, Judge, but I understand, Mr. Powers.
I've just actually, Daryl, you might be good for this. I've just been informed that the state is filing a motion to recuse their office
Yeah, yes.
from being able to try the case, Judge. So I'm assuming that will need to be set for a hearing.
Well, I mean, are you going to object to
This
that
is
motion
the-
to recuse?
Judge, if you will, this is the first time we've heard about this today. So I would at least like to speak it over with the family and my client and try to discuss whether or not we will. There's a good chance that we will not object to it, but I'd like to at least go through it with them.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this in 30 days on a motion to recuse.
I will be in a murder trial in Dimmitt from April 15th to the end of the month.
Ah. He said he's going to be in trial from April 15th to the end of the month. So set it for April 11th. Yes. All right, we'll be back on April 11th.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Honor.
dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about Ghostbusters? Was it good?
No, they tried, just because you've put the original people in it, it doesn't have that same feels. Maybe I'm looking for the 80s feeling.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. And you know what? I have problems with movies when teenagers and children are disrespectful to parents.
I got you.
I don't like
I
that.
got you. What?
Hmm?
Did you see Roadhouse?
No, I refuse to see that.
It was good. It was not the original. It was funny and the action was better.
Well,
The story is like.
okay, it's good, but the story is like it.
You want, it's for the fights, but,
Ugh.
and Sam Elliott, they didn't even try to fill his spot.
Okay, I'm in the twilight of my life, so you're telling me I should use the last time I have to watch Roadhouse.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good space.
Probably good fun.
Okay, so we've already disposed of this. No, whatever reason, you just don't come up today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you guys later.
All right, bye-bye. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Juan Rios,
Good morning, Honor.
good morning. Where's your client?
He is right there, Your Honor.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, where are we on this case? Discovery.
Judge, so right now, I tried reaching out to the detective to come in so that we could talk to him. I'm just asking for some time just to get a better grasp on the case.
Okay,
This case was recently transferred to your court, Judge.
okay. But you have all the discovery?
I believe so.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Recall this back for the week of April 15th. You 18th, a good enough time?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so we'll come back on April 18th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Moses Martinez. Mark Anthony Costa. You need to get on the front row. You were late. Brian Maldonado. Arita. Brian Maldonado Arita. Sebastian Delgado. Juan Jose Flores. David Keller. David Machi or Machi. Araceli Garcia. Alexander Castro. All right, what's the date for jury trial?
We were gonna say, August sixth, Judge,
Why so late?
just because there were other cases just coming up, it's kind of gets the time. Other dates, it was, the week after is a murder, or 2 weeks later is a murder.
All right, so what's happening in July?
That one I have to look again at the schedule.
All right, if y'all can look at the schedule, August is too far away.
To July.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Judge.
Yes.
July 23rd.
All right. July 23rd is your jury trial date. And let me make sure. All right, and both parties have all the discovery.
We do, you are.
Al, could you have your client come up, please? All right, Mr. Castro, your plea deadline date has expired, so the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Your jury trial date is going to be July 23rd. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And if there are pretrial motions, you all need to bring that in on the 22nd. And Marco,
Yes, ma'am.
could you bring me this file? It's 2018 3462W. Yes. Thank you. Christopher Johnson. Oh, sorry. I know what this is. Thank you.
Yes. Takes a file. Okay. Many of the files. File. Oh, sure.
Yes, somebody.
We got Ramos. We had Ramos.
Oh, no, it's not yours. Yeah, I'm just talking about yours. That's the one I bug up every time. We're still waiting. Okay, got you.
I got you, okay. What about like?
Every time I say it's probation, I go, "Thanks, sir."
Yeah, well, eventually.
Okay, great.
Hello, morning.
Filing an e-file on the affidavit December 30 for Johnny Webb that's on the,
Mhm.
he has not been checking in with the office. I would like to know it could be submitted.
Oh, sure. If you'll have them pull it for me.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I'll have that before. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
How did you get in there?
As long as I didn't say anything.
Parties on Justine Summy. And probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2023 CR 7231, State of Texas versus Justine Summy. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense.
John Pettis for defense.
And are you Miss Summy?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Sue me.
Sumi. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Sumi, showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you all need to whisper. Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Ms. Sumi, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of harassment of a public servant?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's it. All right, off the record for a moment. Y'all need to whisper. If y'all were spies, everybody knows the state secrets because y'all are not whispering. We're back on the record. All right, you're charged with the offense of a harassment of a public servant. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, The fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Sumi, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
No objection, Judge.
All right, state, you may continue to confer. Ms. Sumi, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
Your Honor.
understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, we can go off the record. Can you mute us, please? All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client understands what happened that day. She understands she made a mistake. She'd like to be given the opportunity to show she can be a productive member of society.
All
And
right.
that is, we ask that you follow the agreement, Judge.
All right, so let's talk about what I read in the report said that she was hearing voices. Have you ever had a mental health diagnosis?
Yes, I'm diagnosed from a judge that I was schizophrenic and I went to, I'm supposed to receive a social security check for it, but I
Okay.
don't receive it. I try and work.
All right, and what's your support system like?
I have a friend who's gonna help me out, if I'm able to, do probation until I can get my own place.
And I have spoken to that gentleman. He does intend on opening up his home to her
All right, and what's the relationship?
friends, Judge.
How long have you known him?
I've just known him for the past year
How did you meet him?
through a friend, just a girlfriend of mine.
All right, and the reason why I ask these questions is because I am going to, just 1 second.
That's good.
Thank you. The reason what allergies, the reason COVID has tried to catch me, but when knock on the door, I'm like, not here.
You're the judge. not
All
the judge.
right.
My judge.
So the reason why I ask these questions is because I'm trying to make sure that you have a stable placement. I don't want to just send you out in the world without a stable placement. So are you on medications at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you made any efforts to have your medication when you were released?
Um,
Do you have a
They-
doctor?
yeah, I'm gonna go to MHMR and continue my medication.
Do you have a doctor?
I just go to the MHMR and they just try my medication. I don't really talk it out like with a counselor or anything anymore. I used to.
Okay, you're gonna need to have a counselor, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any children?
I do, but my dad supports my son and one of them, my other son, I had gave it to the adoption agency and they.
I'm sorry, what?
I had gave to the adoption agency, Adoption Alliance.
Okay,
And they had paid for him and everything.
all right, so how old is your child that's not adopted? 8?
But they have full custody of him.
Was that through CPS?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. Probation.
Yes.
I'm gonna want a MIC evaluation. That can be done out of custody. What's the time frame on out of custody? All right. All right, so we'll do a MIC evaluation out of custody. What is her criminal history?
I don't believe she has very much, Judge. I don't recall that off the top of my head. Forgive me.
Looking to file, Judge.
All right, thank you. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs, field visits, 1 time per month until further notice. Proof of employment or SSI within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And with regards to the,
Yes, ma'am. She just says the 3 misdemeanors, Judge.
Oh.
Criminal trespass, a graffiti, and another criminal trespass.
all right,
And at one point, Judge, she was homeless, and I'm sure that's where the criminal trespass is arising out of. She is, again, she does have a home to go back to now.
okay. There's going to be a referral for the Center for Healthcare Services. Anger management. And 200 hours of community service restitution. Is there anything else probation? All right, and I'm sorry, no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. State Defense, did you all consider having her placed or consider for placement in the mental health court?
My understanding was that Judge Ron Hill lost funding and that there.
No, I mean,
That
nothing
was
hurts.
the last I heard.
Okay, nothing hurts a failure but a try. So if y'all would like to, and if the state is in agreement, if y'all can see if mental health court would accept her, and then y'all can do a motion for new trial, and we can handle that this way, because I believe, and I could be wrong, it's going to put a lot on probation to make sure that she takes her medications, because she really needs a case manager for that. And I don't want her to end up coming back here because she's not taking her medication.
I understand that, Judge. I'll go up right now and check.
All right. And here's the thing. I understand, because I used to represent people who had mental health issues, and I did a lot of research on it. Sometimes you start feeling great and you're like, why am I taking these medications? I feel great, and you stop. Or either sometimes what ends up happening is there are side effects and you stop taking your medication, then we end up right back here. I don't want that to happen for you. Okay?
And can I say something? I was thinking about getting the monthly injection instead, so
Okay.
that would be.
All right, well, you can talk to your doctor about that, but if you're going to do the monthly injection, just let probation know, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and what's this tattoo on your chest?
Oh, it was just a name I made up.
Okay,
It's Portland.
okay. All right, so what's going to end up happening is they are going to interview you for the mental health court. If the health court ends up accepting you, then your attorney is going to come back and we'll do a motion for new trial, and they will end up supervising you, all right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And does she need to remain in custody for the mental health court interview or no?
That's something that probation.
Okay, all right, Norma, if you can refer her to the mental health court, please. And then if you'll check with mental health court and see if they want her to remain in custody. If they want you to remain in custody because the day is Monday, they'll probably see you before the week is out. But we're going to find that out before we send you back, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I'll check on that right now.
Sure. You're welcome. Robert Castillo.
Yes, sir.
Hello, thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let me see where we are. So there was a search warrant for the Tesla. The 911 was found. And you have a witness charged with aggravated robbery or somebody charged with aggravated robbery. So that's what's going on.
Yes, Judge. So on the Tesla video, we did get video back from Tesla that has been uploaded and provided to defense. On the person charged with aggravated robbery, I just sent out an email to get the discovery on that case copied over to this case, so that should be done and available, ready for defense in probably a day or two. Sorry, I was blanking out on the second one. What was the second issue?
That is it. Y'all, the 911 was found, so that's taken care of.
Judge, with regard to the video from Tesla, we had our client actually contact Tesla as well, but we were informed by Tesla is that there is no cloud where the videos are stored. And so the hard drive consists of essentially a USB stick that plugs into a port that's inside the glove box. And so because there is new video now, we don't know where that video came from. And so we've requested from the state to provide us access to the USB stick, the hard drive for the Tesla. They've agreed to do that and have contacted their investigator. We're going to need to see that USB stick because there's particular segments of video that we feel are exculpatory or could be exculpatory that have not been produced to us.
All right, so with regards to that, y'all have to confer off docket and get that done. All right, Ms. Ferguson, reset this for the end of April.
And Judge, just so the court's aware, I just reached out to the executive just to make sure we can still have that in our possession.
Okay. All right, thank you. What date? All right, you guys will be back on April 29th. This is your final setting for discovery.
Thank you, Your Honor. Also, just for the record, Daniel and I have conferred regarding the motions that we have filed in this case. He's going to review those and find out what if any, there are issues of contention. If we need to have a hearing on that, we'll appraise the board as well.
And Judge, so just because I've just been focused on getting that video from the
All right. And then the motion for the investigator, there's no order that's attached to that, counsel.
I thought they got signed over. No?
I'm not sure if it has, and maybe it has, and it's just the order that's floating around somewhere, but you may want to double check.
I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further from me.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. Yes. Okay. Do you have a time when they think they'll be able to see her? Will they be able to see her this week? Can you find out? Jovan Amor,
Yes, Your Honor.
where's he?
He's in custody, Judge, but a mental health, a competency evaluation was ordered by Judge Carruthers on Thursday.
Okay. Right.
We filed it the same day that he came to court.
All right. Is Mr. Amor downstairs or? All right. How long would it take to bring him up? All right, so they're gonna bring him up.
Okay, the last time that he was here, he was hearing voices. So I don't
Right,
know.
so
that would be-
has there been a problem with Mr. Amor today?
No.
Yeah, there's no problem today.
Okay.
I find it's best, communication is key, and when you have people who may or may not have mental health issues, when you wake them up early in the morning and bring them over and they don't see anybody, that causes frustration. So they're gonna
No
bring him
problem.
out and we'll,
No, may I just run downstairs, give a key to somebody and come right
Sure,
back up? And I'll
sure.
take the stairs.
okay, no, you don't have to take the stairs if
I
you
will
don't want
come back.
to.
I'll come right back.
All right,
They're waiting.
thanks.
Thank-
Yes. You're welcome. Could I see the file on Samuel Espinoza, please? Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, no, I don't watch the news. No, I just read things, so. Yeah. All right, Samuel Espinoza, come forward, please. Hello, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the state has filed a motion to dismiss in your case. Of course, I don't know any facts in your case, but this is what I do know.
Mhm.
Whatever issues that brought you here, if you don't work on those issues, then you're going to end up back here.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's a relationship and it's not working, sometimes relationships are not meant to be. As my mom always says, and as they say in the Bible, everything has a season. All right. So you need to, when you leave here, not celebrate that your case is dismissed, but take stock of what brought you here and what changes need to be made.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
I fully understand.
All right. Good luck to you. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
You have a God bless day.
Oh, thank you. You too. Oh, no, they still need to have a hearing. We'll still have a hearing. All right, thank you. Ms. Sumi? All right, so mental health court is going to interview you, but you're going to be in custody when they do it. Today is Monday, so they should be able to see you before the week is out, okay? All right. All right, the parties on Jules Alonzo, please. All right, if you're sitting behind the court reporter, no talking, we're about to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 7775, State of Texas versus Jules Regine Alonzo. If I can have parties announced for the record for the state.
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Almonte.
And are you Miss Alonzo?
Yes.
Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, why is there the crowd over here? Okay. All right, are you the same Jules Alonzo who was placed on community supervision and cause number 2022 CR 7775 for the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced on March 27, 2023 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Jules Regine Alonzo, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April and May of 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
State?
Oh, Your Honor, we waived the other violations alleged.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 6 months in the state jail facility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking that you deny the motion, continue the defendant, and alternate amend her conditions for SATIF, followed by aftercare, as recommended by the jail staff, and that she stay in custody, waiting for a spot in SATIF, Judge.
All right, so what has she done while on probation?
Not a lie, Judge.
Have you done anything?
No, ma'am.
All
But
right,
I
so
do
what-
need help,
I'm sorry.
but I do need help.
Well, why didn't, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jose Alonso.
All right, so. Actually. This is incorrect. According to this paperwork, it says the punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the state jail facility. But according to the judgment, the terms of the plea bargain was 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. But you say you need help?
Yes, sir.
Well, why didn't you ask for that before?
Oh, because last time I was pregnant and you offered a year state jail or 4 years probation, I didn't want to have my baby in jail.
All right. So it is actually her underlying is 2 years in the state jail facility and not 6 months in the state jail facility. So where is your child?
She's with my mom.
And so you had your child. Was your child born positive for anything? And I see where I referred you to felony drug court. I did a referral to Esperanza court. So why are you just now saying that you need help when I've offered you help?
Because I was supposed to be in custody and y'all let me out.
So we let her out of custody and then you go use drugs or whatever
No,
you've
I
been
didn't
doing.
use no drugs when I got out.
Well, you didn't report. So it's our fault.
No, not at all. My fault.
Right. So why are you acting as though it's our fault?
I'm not saying it's your fault, Your Honor, at all.
I mean, well, you just said, well, y'all let me out.
Yeah, but I got scared. I got scared because y'all let me out and I wasn't supposed to be let out.
Yeah. And instead of you coming back to the court, you just off in the free world, not reporting, not doing anything. And now you come to me and you want mercy from the court. I still don't understand why I should follow your proposed agreement. She has done nothing. What have you done?
Be with my kids.
You shouldn't have even been with your children because here's the thing. You haven't done anything. This is what I ordered, intensive parenting classes. Have you started parenting classes?
No.
I ordered felony drug court. I ordered Esperanza court. Have you reported to the UA hotline?
No.
Did you have employment?
No.
So you've done nothing. And somebody is allowing you to live with them, obviously, without employment. So what have you done? Nothing. So probation, why should I be following this? She hasn't done anything.
Your Honor, show on my records that the felony drug court for the Esperanza court was to be done in custody. It doesn't state that on my records now.
Mhm.
That is quite possible. I would say let's give her a chance to get evaluated in custody
Mhm.
and then see what their recommendations are. That's all.
Yeah, if she's saying she wants help, Judge, I think that's the state's what we're trying to do, Judge.
All
And
right.
Your Honor, if I may add something
Yes.
as well. I obviously wasn't counsel on the first go around, but my understanding, speaking with Ms. Alonso, is her primary reason for not accepting time the first time around was the birth of her child. She's since given birth to that child, has been taking care of that child. Finally recognizes that she needs help, albeit it sounds like, and my apologies on her behalf for making it seem like she was blaming the court. I don't think that was her intention. I do think she is wanting and seeking help at this time. One of the other offers was 18 months in jail, but she chose the option of, she told me specifically that she wanted help and assistance now. I thought
Okay.
this was the way for her.
I would like to know how she's taking care of child. Obviously, she has a drug problem. And she's trying to tell me that she hasn't been using drugs since she's been missing. I don't think that's true. She's not working, so she hasn't been financially supporting her child. And since she's using drugs, she hasn't been mentally there for her child. And your mom, or who is the person who has custody of your child? Your mom?
Yes.
And your mom is allowing you to live with her.
Yes.
What's your mother's name?
Viola,
I'm sorry?
Viola,
Viola what?
Vidal.
Vidal? Is that Vidal? All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions. It's going to be to a referral to felony drug court in custody. And if she's not accepted, then she's going to safety. And that's in custody. And she is not allowed to reside with Viola Vidal. And there's to be no contact with minors until further notice. Is there anything else?
Oh, you're on.
Anything
no.
else? Anything else you need? Probation?
Clarification, that's what's at the plan.
No contact, because I can tell you right now, Child Protective Services is involved and they don't know what's going on.
Well, all my cases are closed.
Well, I can't believe Child Protective Services closing your cases and you're still, yeah. See, this is what ends up happening with Child Protective Services cases. You have sometimes people will agree to terminate their rights, sign their rights over to their parents, but in all actuality, they're still the parent of the child because they're living there and their moms just stepped up and did it because otherwise the baby was going to be with some unknown person. So yes, no contact with minors until I say it's okay for minors. And if you want to end up having contact with minors, you had better start doing your parenting classes and doing all of that. Because on the CPS side, sounds to me, you took the easy way out. Let me have these babies. Let me sign my rights over to my mom. And guess what? I don't have to do your parenting classes. I don't have to worry about drug testing. And my mom is going to let me have my children back. Not here, not today. So that's the court's ruling. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. Here's in this court, and I know I've told you this before, in order to be successful, you need to stay in contact. Successful. If there's an issue, let us know. If probation, you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand? Yes or no? All right, good luck to you. Amor? Hi, come on down, Mr. Moore. Hi, Mr. Moore. I just want to let you know what was going on because I'm sure they woke you up early in the morning. So we're going to bring you back here and we're going to bring you back in 60 minutes that Judge Brothers is having you interviewed. If that is completed sooner, then your attorney can request you to come back sooner. All right. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 60-day reset. It's on Jovan Amor. All right, so we're going to come back on May 23rd. And again, if everything is done before then, you'll be back sooner, okay?
I understand.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Well, the judgment is correct. It's,
Paperwork.
yeah, the actual paperwork, but no, it should be on the record, so it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Garcia. Who are you here for?
Hi, Judge. Here for Brian Maldonado Arita.
All right, your client, are they by Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor, they should be by Zoom. I'm trying to see. He had an hour worth of
Can I see
break from work. Judge,
Okay.
that might be him.
I don't know why people are bringing children. Oh, not that your child can't be that. I mean, your client can't be that age. It's a toddler. All right, who's by Zoom? All right. Is this your client?
No, Judge.
All right. All right, so we're waiting for your client. So if
I
you want,
believe so. I think when we were here last, Judge, I mentioned that we might have some technical difficulties due to me being in a small Texas town. And so you mentioned that my client might be able to be excused. I don't know if I
all
remember
right,
that
so
correctly, but I have sent him the code. So
all right, so you all are here for a jury trial date.
I believe so, to select a date, correct?
I think today's to pick a date, Judge.
Yes, today is to pick the day. So what date?
Mr. Garcia, what is a good date for you?
Let's see.
Norma Maldonado, we need a jury trial date. And it's impersonating a public servant.
I have two large trials in Hayes County the month of April back to back.
Mhm.
Can we do third week of May, the May 13th?
All right, Norma, he's asking for May. All right, so it's going to be May 14th, but your client hasn't appeared by Zoom or in person, so he'll need to be here tomorrow.
Let's see. I just sent him the Zoom link. I was sending him the incorrect Zoom link earlier. So let me see if may I call him, Judge, and
Yes.
re-log in here in a
Yes.
bit? Okay, thank you.
All right. Hannah Owen. You're welcome. Okay, I'll talk to them. All right, but she's to be in custody until that interview, and then I'll talk to them. All right, so where are we on this case?
More Judge, there's two things. We've done a proffer on it. There's some more information that's potentially going to be helpful, but more importantly, I guess at this point, there's one video. I'm going to get with the state to get the actual, I guess, file name of the video. It seems to be an important one that is non-functioning. I don't know if that's because it was corrupt from the beginning or if it's somehow in the upload, download phase of things that messed up. But I'm going to get them that information so we can see if we can get that fixed as well.
Okay, so discovery, it's this video, anything else?
Not that I know of at this time. I think that's going to be it, but
All right. How much time do y'all need to see about this video?
a couple weeks. I don't know when else. I'll get you all the information today.
I was just became aware of the video.
Okay.
Sorry, I spoke with you.
Yeah, just you mentioned this briefly, but Judge, I mean, it should be able to be handled in the next couple of weeks or so.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Owen, I need a 3-week reset.
Judge, I happen to be in here, I think on 4/2. Would it be okay to stack me on that day?
Are you okay with
That's fine.
4/2? All right,
Oh, wait, that's 7 days away. I don't know if that's enough time for y'all. Sorry. I just realized how late in March we were. Sorry, Judge.
yes. All right, 3 weeks, Ms. Ferguson.
22nd, April 22nd.
All right, April 22nd?
Thank you, Mr. Fine. Thank you, Judge. Excuse?
Yes. All right, your client is in, Mr. Garcia. Mr. Arita,
Oh, sorry. Señor
You need to-
Maldonado,
yes, well, it's Maldonado Arita, that's how he's listed. He needs to unmute.
ponte sin mudo.
Yeah,
All right, if you'll let
There.
counsel, if you'll let him know his next court date is May 13th, and he needs to be in court for that date.
May 13.
Yes.
Señor Brian, la próxima fecha de corte es el 13 de mayo y usted tiene que estar presente ahí en persona. Yo también estaré presente.
ok, está bien.
All right, you're
Yes,
excused.
that's okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
You're excused.
Está bien, gracias.
Decir. Gracias.
Ya puedo colgar, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
Thank
you,
you.
Your Honor.
All right, Johnny Webb. Oh, do you have your date? Okay,
So I talked with the defense attorney, the states are still good, I'm with the dates, and just waiting for the plans to turn in.
okay.
I spent many, much time. Can we recall later this week? See if I can accomplish it? Hopefully this part of the free bargain and we can contemplate that.
Derek Reyes.
You know what? We cancel. Actually, Mr. Solhansis won't go cancel on this now, just for the purposes of this announcement.
All right, Mr. Reyes, we're gonna bring you back on Thursday, March 28th. And if there's not a date by then we're gonna go forward. All right, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're gonna recall this for March 28th.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Norma, Derek Reyes is March 28th. All right, Johnny Webb.
That's me, Your Honor.
Yes, where's Mr. Webb?
Mr. Webb is broken down on the side of the highway on the other side of Schulenburg.
All right.
We can put a warrant out and bring him in tomorrow, or we can just recall it for tomorrow or whatever.
There'll be a warrant out for him, and I think the bondsman has filed an off bond. You're the
I
bondsman?
believe so. I
All
wouldn't
right,
swear to it, but
okay. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 9819 and 2023 CR 0549, State of Texas versus Johnny Joe Webb. Can our parties announce for the record for the state
Daniel S. Clark from the state of Texas.
defense?
not ready, Your Honor.
All right, and who's for the defense?
Matt Stolhansky, I apologize.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 10:33 a.m. Where's your client?
My client is broken down on the highway.
All right. So, he's supposed to be here. He's not here.
Yes, ma'am.
State.
State would ask for a bond forfeiture.
All right. It's my understanding that the bondsman on this case, defense counsel
I believe.
believes he's the bondsman, but a bondsman came in and electronically filed an off bond on this case. So if that's the case, the court is going to sign it. If it's not the case, then a bond forfeiture will be granted. All right. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
So should I bring him in tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, there's going to be a warrant out
I
for
know.
him.
Can we take care of it tomorrow if I bring him in, or do we need to
Yes.
go? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And can you check the record? I think, check the filing, because the bondsman, I think he came in and told Norma he was filing an off bond. Okay, which one is Sohansky on? Okay. Yes, but there's still a warrant that's going to be issued. All right, that's a bond forfeiture. And this one, my understanding, an affidavit to surrender surety has been filed. If you can grab that. All right, Miguel Ramos. And probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2024 CR 0546, State of Texas versus Miguel Angel Ramos. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nick Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Fernando Ramos for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ramos, showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramos, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of felony in possession of a firearm? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? Thank you. A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent, was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramos, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. There are no application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration JN 2042880. There's to be restitution, if any, to Jacob Clinton Zuber, Zuber, the complainant, and JN 2042880. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
It is, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, sir.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, now for State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may continue to confer. Mr. Ramos, I'm showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are on,
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
yes, ma'am. As the police report indicates, Judge, he fully cooperated.
All right, everyone, you need to whisper. We're on the record. Yes.
As the police report indicates, he fully cooperated with police. As a convicted felon, Judge, they all have hard time finding jobs. He's been working with Cavender dealership for about 1.5 years as a painter. He wishes to put that person who he was behind him and show to the court and to the world that he is a different person, and hopes that the court will grant his application for probation.
All right, who is William Best to you, sir?
Who?
William Best. Who is he to you?
That is the person that I took the gun charges for.
No, I mean, what is he to you?
He's a friend of mine.
All right,
Was
and,
a friend of mine.
and who is Kendall Swartz?
She's also a friend.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
26, 23, 22, and no, 23 and yeah, 26, 22, 20, 21.
All right, who do you live with?
My ex-wife.
Do you have any grandchildren?
Yes, I have 9.
What are their ages?
Oh, wow.
Well, just give me a range.
From a few months to what, 6 years old?
And are these the grandchildren also of your ex-wife?
Yes.
All right, so people are not reading the sign over there. See what that,
He called me up, Judge, I'm
no,
sorry.
see what that sign says though?
I was called up.
All right, that's okay. So are you still working in the same place of employment? If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'm clean. I don't do drugs.
All right, but you have this meth case previously.
I used to do drugs. I'm not. I've been sober for a few years now.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Take in consideration JN 2042880. There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with Jacob Clinton Zuber and JN number 2042880. There's to be no contact with William Best, Kendall, KYNDAL Swartz, SWARTZ. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Field visits once every 2 months until further notice. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes since he has grandchildren. Once you complete the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And I'm going to want a gang evaluation. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Thank
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. In order to be successful on probation in this court, communication is key. If you feel as though probation is not addressing an issue you may have, you can come back to this court and we'll see what's going on. If there are any issues that pop up, let probation know. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank
You're
Maybe
welcome.
we don't-
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's here on Monroe Hurd?
Here, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hurd.
Judge, he's still in the back. They haven't brought him out.
Okay.
He's not competent yet, Your Honor. So you want him out?
Yeah, unless he's causing issues in the back. My God. Morning. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, no. Oh, no problem. Yes. Thank you. Deputy Hill, on Monroe Hurd, has he been causing any issues?
No, Judge.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, sure, no problem.
Didn't show up.
Let me see. Oh, no, you,
You just have bonds.
oh, no. You don't have to, put another bond on him. Yeah. Morning. Hi. No. That's done. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. That's what they would follow me about. Same date, same.
Referred to your own.
All right. I'm sorry, Monroe Heard. And counsel, what's the status of the evaluation?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you giving me a little working room. So I brought over the paperwork to her last week.
Mhm.
So she has it in hand. It's a packet about this big. So she has to go through and fill it out. And I can talk to the expert today or tomorrow and find
I don't
out.
know this one, then I'll talk to, yeah, they heard.
Sorry.
I was like, huh?
Right. I thought you were asking me about something else.
No.
Good morning, Your Honor. This
morning.
is Monroe Heard, as you know. We still have a competency determination outstanding. We were here before you on March the 7th, and we let you know that we hadn't appeared in the MAG court yet. I appeared in the MAG court on 3/15 on Mr. Heard's behalf. And I think I told you, told the court that the evaluation is ambiguous. And so when I appeared in the MAG, I let Judge Carruthers know about the ambiguity. And he asked me to reach out to the doctor to try to clear up the ambiguity. Of course, I was here most of last week.
Yes.
So I just need a little more time if the court would. This is the status. And on Mr. Heard's behalf, I'd like to be able to reach out to that doctor and try to clarify the issues that I see in the competency.
All right, so Mr. Hurd, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna recall you back for May 23rd. But if your attorney has the information before then, he can just put it on the docket before then. You understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Monroe Hurd, it's coming back on May 23rd.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Hurd, do you have any questions about anything? All right, so are you finished with your clients or do you need to
Yes,
confer
ma'am.
with more? All right, Deputy Mejia, we're done with Mr. Hurd. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and then your other matter?
That other one, I got her a thick packet of, she's got to go through it. I hand carried it to her last week.
Mhm.
She should be able to do that within 2 or 3 days, depending on, and then she's got a self-addressed stamped envelope to mail it to you know, we have to wait for the mail and whatnot for her to fill it out. But as soon as the expert gets that, she's going to need to do a clinical. And I would ask the court to, maybe you could bring her over and let that clinical exam be done either in the court or in the jury room.
Mhm.
So the expert doesn't have to go to the jail or arrange a Zoom conference. Arranging a Zoom conference between a
Oh, no, we
defense
can do
expert
that
is
here.
very difficult. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
So as soon as the doctor says she's got the reports, then I will reach out to the coordinator, Norma, and get her scheduled before you.
All right. You need to have the file pulled for me because I write everything in the file
Okay.
because I think she's set Friday. All right. Yeah. So if you
Right.
go to the back and have them pull the file.
But there's nobody back there.
No, there is.
Oh, there is. Okay.
David Keller. Is he in custody?
Oh, where's he by?
She's right here. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where's Mr. Keller?
Apparently he was transferred over to B County, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so I guess we're gonna have to do a bench warrant on him after he's done over there.
All right. Have you conferred with the state?
Yes, I have, yeah. I received an offer.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this in 2 weeks and have Mr. Keller brought back, please. All right, that's 14 days. All right, we'll be back on April 8th.
April 8th?
Yes.
I'm gonna be in trial on April 8th, Your Honor.
All right, let me see. No, she's gonna be in trial.
It's a misdemeanor trial, so it won't last.
Oh, is that misdemeanor here in Bear County?
No, it's not. It's in Ediscoa.
Okay. Let me see. How long do you think that trial is gonna last?
Day and a half.
All right, Norma, put it on April 11th.
That'll work, yeah. April 11th.
Okay. See you
Thank
then.
you.
You're welcome.
Can I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jesus Prado. All right. Yeah. All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, this is our first setting. I was hired on this case about a month ago.
Mhm.
We have exchanged discovery. There's a tremendous amount of discovery, so it's been put on a hard drive. We're going over some of the complications from that. Some of the stuff is password protected and trying to find the passwords. I think we're gonna have to file some motions regarding some experts in this case. Trying to put that together as well. So if we could have a status conference in 30 days, I think it should have a better idea. First of all, the discovery's been provided properly. Again, it's an enormous amount. And I do have to file some motions requesting an expert for him. There's some psychiatric issues that we have to look into.
All right, so when is that motion for psychiatric issues going to be done?
It should be done in the next week or two, Judge. I have to try to find somebody willing to take the case as well. So part of it involves the search and who's available and who's willing to do it.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Prado, y'all need to do this off docket with your discovery, and all these motions need to be filed before the next setting. Give me a reset date for 60 days. All right, May 23rd.
Thank you.
All right, do you have any questions, Mr. Prado?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you back on May 23rd. All right, you're welcome. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't know the rules. Jesse Gonzalez, MTL. No, I want any.
All right, and then Todd?
Yes.
All right, so Katrina Mendoza. So when you said, I'm sorry, I thought you were over there, you moved here.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have the packet that's already been delivered?
The Ms. Mendoza has the packet. I hand delivered that last
Okay.
week, and so she's got to fill it out and then mail it back to our expert or the court's expert.
Oh, you want to be up here for this? Yes. Okay,
And then once the doctor has the report, then we'd like to schedule a clinical evaluation.
all right. So what's your estimated time for this?
You know, it really depends on the expert, and I don't have her input at this point, but
All right, I'm going to set this for sentencing on April 29th. Ms. Ferguson? On Katrina Mendoza, her sentencing is going to take place on April 29th.
just check my calendar real quick. It's okay.
All right, and then Mr. McCray is going to make arrangements with you, Norma, to have her brought over to be interviewed by a clinician in the courtroom. All right, so you'll just need to make that happen and talk to the deputies
Yes,
as
sure.
well. All right, so Katrina Mendoza will be set then for April 29th. And how many witnesses are you all expecting?
I think they were talking about the maximum of 3, Your Honor. on our
Okay.
side.
Probably about the same, 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to set then for her on April 29th, we're going to set it at 1:30.
1:30?
All right, Norma, Katrina Mendoza is going to be April 29th at 1:30 p.m. Okay,
Very well, Judge. Thank you.
thank you. All right, and who are you here for?
Jesse Gonzalez, MTL.
All right,
Mayor Pro.
yes, Jesse Gonzalez.
Judge, this is the first opportunity we've had to speak to the prosecutor, the probation recommendation. He's a young man who's sitting in the,
Jesse Gonzalez, come on down.
and this has been kind of a shock. He's
What a shock that he has a motion to revoke.
that you know what the repercussions of his actions are. If we were gonna ask, could we just pass this case to like tomorrow, just to let him think overnight, sleep on it, and have him make a decision in the morning?
Okay, how old are you?
23.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, are we able to call Mr. Gonzalez back tomorrow? What is his, are you making bond? Is there a bond forfeiture, a remand without bond on him? All right, then we'll see you back tomorrow.
What time?
It's going to be at 9.
9 o'clock tomorrow
Yes.
morning? Okay,
Yes,
thank you. Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May I
You're
be
welcome.
excused?
yes. All right, thank you. Are the parties ready on Michael Rosas? There's two, okay.
The attorney stepped out, Judge.
Okay. Oh, and State, have you all had a chance to review Christopher Johnson?
Just was looking at.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yes. all of the
I
issues.
understand the paint in the back for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right, thank you. Hi, are you ready on Mr. Rosas? Oh, no problem. All right, Mr. Rosas. And probation, there are applications in this case. Court is calling 2024 CR 1818 and 2024 CR 1820, State of Texas versus Michael Rosas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
The attorney record is Monica Guerrero, Joseph Stateson standing in. And Mr. Rosas, would you give this court permission for me to do this in place of Ms. Guerrero?
Yes.
All right, and are you Mr. Rosas?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each cause, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rosas, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them and did you sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, and the cause number ending in 18, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No objection, Your Honor.
And in the cause number ending in 20, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Rosas, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
In the cause number ending 18 and count 2, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. Penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. In the cause number ending in the number 20, you're charged with felony in possession of a firearm. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering into this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, I did.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rosas, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Off the record for a moment, who is outside with a baby up here? Is that baby on the docket? I don't think that baby is on the docket.
Locking the door earlier also.
Okay.
Could just be a little mistake. Or like a baby.
Well, could somebody please let her know that the courthouse is a germy place? That baby, since they're in a carriage, I guess they still call them carriages now or strollers. Immune system is not even built up to handle the germs that this court can bring forth.
You stroll right on out here.
They do. I mean, whenever I would visit my clients at the jail, there would be people bringing a newborn to the jail. I'm like, do you know how many germs are up here? Are they here for somebody on the docket? And are they in custody? Do they really need her here, or is she just here to show the baby that tell her I will take judicial notice that a toddler has been brought to court facing all these germs so that they can be here for somebody who's in custody? I just don't understand. All right, we're back on the record. Court is going to find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page in each of these cause numbers. Did you review that plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, your plea is punishment at 7 years in the prison, a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision. The cases were concurrently. They're taken in consideration 2024 CR 1819. And in the cause number ending in 18, they're proceeding on count 2, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
And each cause, I'm showing you what the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
In each case, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 7 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then in the count ending in number 18, that cause number, to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And in the cause number ending in 20, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. No objection, Your Honor. And I had something to add at the appropriate time regarding sentencing.
Okay. All right. And state you may continue to confer. In each cause number, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statement only and voluntarily waived and consented decision of testimony and stipulations? Court acceptance to evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, in each cause number, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Rosas, back on February 9th, 2024, was extended through felony drug court through 2026. He's already in felony drug court. They did not wrap up all the cases here. We are asking to run this concurrent with cause number 2021 CR 0253.
I'm sorry, just one moment. Could you repeat that?
Yes, Your Honor. 2021 CR 0253.
Okay.
He has to report to felony drug court today. We just ask that he stay in felony drug court and this runs concurrent.
All right. Then in the cause number ending in 2020, the court will run this concurrent with 2021 CR 0253. Transfer to felony drug court. There's a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. This is also to run concurrent with 2024 CR 1818. Take in consideration 2024 CR 1819. He's to be sentenced to 7 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 7 years. 200 hours of community service restitution. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. Field visits. 1 time per month until further notice. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, since he's currently in felony drug court, I'm not going to order the TAP evaluation. Is there anything else he needs? In that cause number, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? This is a plea bargain agreement. Because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And the cause number ending in 18, this will run concurrent with 2021 CR 0253 and 2024 CR 1820. Take in consideration 2024 CR 1819. There's to be restitution, if any, to SAPD for drug testing. Sentence you to 7 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 7 years. 200 hours of community service restitution. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Referral to felony drug court. Or I should say transfer to felony drug court. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. Field visits. 1 time per month. No unsupervised contact with minors. And there's to be a $1,500 fine, and that will be probated. Probation, is there anything else? Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement. Yes, you waive your right to appeal. You do not have the court's permission to appeal because this is a felony conviction. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I understand that these were cases that were not taken care of previously, but I'm assuming since felony drug court wants him back, it's that he's doing well.
The 3 cases existed at the time he pled there. There just wasn't a package deal,
Okay,
and we got it to run concurrent with them.
okay.
That's judge.
All right, awesome. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right,
Yeah,
you're
good luck.
welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right, you too. Marco, could I have the file on him, 19, the 1819?
Yes.
Sure.
So I did file a motion to set a bond on a brand new case.
Mm-hmm.
The defendant was arrested in Ottawa County, Michigan. The state and I agreed on a bond. I took it down to Judge Nahara, who did sign it. I then realized I forgot to ask for permission for him to stay in Michigan. He lives there now.
You need to take it to Judge Nahara.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 2010 State of Texas versus Houston. Dwight Stewart. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Mario Gomez on behalf of Mr. Stewart.
And are you Houston Stewart? Showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Houston Dwight Stewart who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 2010 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on April 13, 2022 for a period of 2 years? Is that you? State?
Violated condition number 2 on or about the 26th day of January 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Houston Dwight Stewart, did then and there consume alcoholic beverages in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's Your Honor. I did sign that amended NTR today, so I think the defense needs to waive the 10 days.
Okay, I didn't see that date. All right, do you waive
I do.
notice?
Yes.
All right, yes.
So the recommendation for the agreement is TAP evaluation, intensive outpatient treatment, 90 sober support meetings in 90 days, and either monthly UAs or the drug patch.
All right, is that your proposed agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Houston Stewart.
All right, how did you get here today?
I got dropped off.
All right. So why are you using drugs on this probation?
This current positive testing, I was just a little stressed out. So I did take a.
So what about the drinking?
I really don't have a strong reasoning for the drink. I was just chilling, relaxing, and I had a beer.
Well, no, you know you're not supposed to drink alcohol on probation. That's part of the punishment of probation.
Just so close to finishing, I don't know, wasn't thinking.
I was celebrating.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And now you're not close to finishing because I'm going to extend you. And you know why I'm extending you? That's part of punishment. It's no rehabilitation associated with that. That's part of punishment because when you finally finish something or you're close to finishing something, you're supposed to take stock and say, okay, how did I end up here? And you know what? I'm going to make sure that I don't end up back here. And instead, you didn't take stock. Instead, it's like, woohoo, I'm free. I can do whatever I want to. And you can't. All right. This is what the court will do. Court is going to deny the motion. alternate amend conditions. To include the following. There's to be no driving until further notice. Extend 3 months. So was that alcoholic beverage worth 3 more months?
No.
There's to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. TAP evaluation. And follow TAP recommendations, but we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. All right. You can either do monthly UAs or either you can have the drug patch. Drug patch gives you a little bit more freedom. They just put a patch on you, and that patch will determine whether or not you've taken any illegal substances or substances at all, but the patch costs more.
Go with the monkey.
All right. There's to be random monthly UAs. Probation, is there anything else? All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Fiesta time is coming up. People love to celebrate Fiesta, and they celebrate it sometimes by drinking a lot because every booth you pass, they have alcohol. You are not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. If you don't like those rules, you need to write your legislature and say, hey, could you change the rules and allow people to drink alcohol when they're just chilling at their home? Until that's done, those are the rules. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you need anything, let us know. Good luck to you.
That makes sense.
Yes. All right. Everyone, we are recessing at noon. People remaining on the docket is Michael Campos with Abelardo Garza. Okay. Joseph Solis with William Davidson. Tilden Schaefer, Moses Martinez. Okay. Neil Kaffas with Mark Costa. All right, thank you.
It's an impact for my business.
Okay. Andrew Orozco with Rolando Arguelles. Okay. Sebastian Delgado with David Garcia. Oh, okay. Could I see the file on Sebastian Delgado, please? Ernest Mora with Eduardo Garcia. There's somebody who's here by Zoom. Let's see who that is. And Norma, on Delgado, does Garcia want more time than tomorrow?
Monique said to read tomorrow, but I don't know if I can ask.
All right, we'll put it on tomorrow. All right, Miss with the iPhone, what's your name, please? You muted, if you can unmute.
Araceli. Oh, that's Joseph Acevedo. Night.
All right, just one moment. I'm gonna put you in a waiting room.
Contact Joseph, let her know that she's on Zoom.
All right, and sir, what's your name? Sir? All righty, I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah. Something to a court case.
Michael Campos. There's no application?
No.
All right, probation, there's no application. Court is calling 2024 CR 2335, State of Texas versus Michael Anthony Campos. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
I would order the rest for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Campos? Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Campos, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Waive your.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Campos, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery? Range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If the state proves up the enhancement, your range of punishment will be 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has her.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campos, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 13 years in the prison. There are no applications, and this is to run concurrent with 2022 CR 2522. And you're to agree that you've been previously convicted of another charge for purposes of enhancement. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
State?
Yes, sir.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph? Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it
Yes, ma'am.
in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
And to the enhancement, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your proof and based upon State's Exhibits 1 and attachments.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Then the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 13 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 2522. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement. Your right to appeal, you do not have or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We're going to proceed with 2022 CR 2522. What's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review
Committed the offense of robbery in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we waived the other violations alleged in these motions.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 7 years in the prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, we're asking that you grant the motion, revoke the defendant's probation and sentence him to 7 years in the prison, concurrent with cause number 2024 CR 2335.
That is our understanding agreement, Your Honor.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, sentence you to 7 years in the prison. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 2335. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There should be no contact with Sarah Sarah Garzes, Garzes. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor. No, Your
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification. Pen just filled. Going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. How old are you?
42.
All right, you're 42. You get to the point where I am, which is we're on the downside of life, right? So I know you have a lot of issues that are going on in your background based upon your tattoos and everything else. So you're gonna have to make a decision on what you want to do with the rest of your life. Do you want to be in prison and locked up for the rest of your life? Or do you want to be in the free world? It's completely up to you. You understand? All right, good luck to you, okay?
All right, I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
And be excused, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. So the people who are on Araceli Garcia,
Yes, sir. Subject to court approval, we conferred on it.
okay, I have a slight problem.
Sure. Is this on Roselli?
Yes. And we're gonna need to have a hearing on this. And because I'm looking at the nature of the offense. So yeah, we'll need to have a hearing. So if y'all want to have a hearing, we can have a hearing.
When we schedule it, later in the week. Your Honor.
Sure, just ask Ms. Ferguson. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay. All right, Miss, your attorney is gonna reschedule your hearing.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, Mr. Davidson?
Yes, Your Honor, I thought my case Solis was gonna be tomorrow, but I did come up here when she texted me.
Okay.
I may have been mistaken.
Okay.
I had surgery about 7 days ago or
Oh,
so.
wow.
Okay, it's just a foot surgery.
Okay,
But I had an appointment at 1:30. Is it
Mhm.
possible to recall this case? So.
okay. All right, Deputy Mejia,
Yes.
can you bring up Joseph Solis? They'll bring him out. We'll take care of it.
I think we got an agreement. I mean.
Okay, all right, they'll bring him up. We'll take care of it.
Second.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, they're gonna take care of it today. Everyone, we're recessing at 12. So, Hmm?
Tomorrow, you come back later.
oh, we'll be back in the afternoon. Mhm.
What time will you readjourn this?
Oh, we're gonna re-adjourn at 1:30. You're welcome. You're not the person who has a toddler up here, are you? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay.
Have that paperwork finished.
I'm fast, but I'm not.
Okay, so come back in. 1:30. This is for Yeah, I mean, it's about based on that, but I also. I don't know if I can do it.
Kevin Luna? Is this on the docket today?
No, it isn't, Judge. It's an
Okay.
off docket case.
Yes.
It's set for next Tuesday.
Mhm.
The reason I'm approaching the court now is because Dr. Fabian is still in the process of completing his evaluations on my client. There is boxes of medical since the time the defendant was actually born. There's been issues all the way through his life existence. So he's almost completed reviewing those documents. He won't have a formal report, Your Honor, for at least a month.
Mhm.
And I'm presenting myself before the court, asking permission of the court if they could reset this case, reschedule it for a month so that all of the mitigation, all of the psychological evaluation could be thoroughly completed before we begin the process. Now, again, Judge, I don't know, it may be a plea agreement. I'm not sure. I still want to confirm more with the state. They have tendered an offer in this case last week. But again, Judge, we're still in the middle of getting that information that we need. The other issue that I have, Judge, is I have a vacation letter that's set for the following midweek. And I'm going to be gone for about 4 days. So that's the other issue that I wanted to raise to the court now before next week.
All right. And when is the evaluation and everything going to be completed, you think?
Judge, I asked him specifically, he couldn't give me a specific date, but I told him it had to be at least a month or less to be completed. So he said, in all honesty, Tony, give me that month then, and I should be able to have it completed.
All right. So state, do you have any objection to moving this?
No, Judge, I mean, just to add on top of that,
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff that I just talked to Mario De Prado, which is, I guess, co-counsel with Mr. Jimenez, that we turned over something that last week
Okay.
that is not a big volume of things, but I mean, I feel better if they had an opportunity to look at it. And then
Your client is in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so if you all want to talk to Ms. Ferguson and confer on a new jury trial date,
okay, Judge.
and then let me know what that date is.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, first insurer. This is it. Let's check out. This is an old case. He's been on the line for a while. Picked up a case, but he's not. For some reason, they're not showing him, at least on the civilian side of that. And I picked up on my one, but he's sitting in jail. So I think so I was retained, what, 4 years ago? Haven't seen that 3. So he's got I'm just trying to reboot all over again. 3 years ago, the offer was. Was he on 5? He's in jail. What? How long? You don't know. So he's got it. He's got it. But yeah, it's really more of a procedural issue today. Because he's got a lawyer on the I'm not approach you. That's what I'm about to do. It's a little bit awkward, but I was a long time ago now. Yeah, she's on the. So I may have to file a motion. He won't get on the video. Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to him.
You okay? Andrew Orozco?
Yeah.
And you can start shutting it down. All right, what is happening with this case? There was an offer tendered. Today is the plea deadline date.
We're moving to trial.
All right. State, how long do you expect this trial to last? It's an ag assault with a deadly weapon and a theft under 2,500 enhanced. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on Orozco. All right, your jury trial date is going to be May 14th. They're going to bring you over dressed in, yes.
Comes out of the country.
Oh, where will you be?
Out of the country. Wish I could be out of the country.
Should we,
Do we have anything sooner?
should we let him go out of the country?
Yes.
When are you coming back?
I'll leave the 12th and I won't be back until the 26th.
All right, can we do it before then? We could send him off out of the country with a trial.
Because I zap people.
All right, April 22nd.
Disperse, miss.
Oh, thank you. You're going to be brought over dressed for trial in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something different, then you will need to let your attorney know. All right, and the person who will be trying this case on the 22nd will be Judge Angelini. Okay.
Angelini's pretty cool. She's been here a while.
Yes.
She's been here for a
All
while.
right, I'll see you then. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
It'll be my second.
You know, there is someone that, I always see all of the Americans who live in different places, and I always watch to see, because there is someone that's called Janice in Paris. And I think she's in her late 60s, and she just up and moved and decided she was living in Paris. And then in Japan, you have someone named Sunday Love, Sundai Love.
I'll look it up.
She used to be on America's Next Top Model, but now she lives in Japan, and she just bought a home in Japan that she has, I think she's making it in sort of an Airbnb. But she has different places that you should visit instead of just Tokyo.
I mean, I've been Kyoto, Osaka and all that, but
Oh, she's in love with Kyoto. She was like, this is my place.
it's really, especially in cherry blossom season.
Okay, that is on my list to do because I want to see the cherry blossoms. I think they're so April.
They bloom in February and start dying by April.
So I should see beginning of April or
Beginning of April. Last time I went beginning of April.
okay, I'm gonna have to do that. So what do you do when you're there other than the cherry blossoms and
Walk around, eat, drink, go to the palaces, the museums, all that fun stuff.
okay, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I need to learn some phrases.
Arigato gozaimasu.
All
Bye, Jessica.
right, have a good one. Moses Martinez. And Norm, I'm not taking any more files. It's 11:59.
I'll be quick. I think I'm gonna have to come back, Judge. Obviously, I'm stuck in juvenile, but I was retained by Mr. Martinez in 2020, maybe.
All right, so we'll have you come back because it's
Yeah.
the 11:59.
Right.
All right,
So and he has a court appointed attorney now too, so it's
all right, thank
a
you.
new case.
Okay, thanks.
His client's ready. Would you close it?
Solis.
Have y'all filled out paperwork?
It is for the MTR, Judge.
Dinah, have you shut it down?
He has an appointment.
All right, I know he has the doctor's appointment. Let me see.
Waiver of appeal.
All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 10890, State of Texas versus Joseph Solis. Oh, we can just pull the file. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
defense?
William Davidson.
And are you Joseph Solis?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Joseph Solis who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 10890 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on April 17, 2023 for a period of 2 years. Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Violating condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Joseph Solis, the then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of January 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
Waive the remaining violation.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor, is to deny the motion, continue him on his deferred, amend the conditions for more MRT
Yes.
and Taffy Val, and keep in custody until the Taffy Val evaluation is completed.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Joseph Solis.
All right, Mr. Solis, what's going on in your life? Why are you not doing well?
Honestly, I was just kind of being like, I was trying to do it on my own, just kind of being stubborn, kind of being, I had a good job, I had a car and, had my own place and everything was going good. And then had a incident involving my car. And after I lost my car, I had lost my job and everything. And, I just kind of felt really down at that moment. And I guess I was just like too, I guess, stubborn to ask my mom for for anybody for help, kind of prideful.
Well,
and-
here's the thing, you're on probation.
yes,
If you don't follow through, you could end up going to prison for 2 years. The state jail facility is still prison, you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
So all of these things that were happening in your life, all you had to do was pick up the phone and call probation.
Yes, and what you call it? Also, my mom too. I've talked to her this past weekend, and I did find out that like my girlfriend, she's going on 3 months pregnant, and that my mom told me that I'm always here to like help you out and support you. That you could always come to me for help, and she told me that she has a nice like a room waiting for me. And that she's willing to support me. That she is right now she's working at Toyota, and so she said that she'd get me in with her, and that she could I could go with her to work. That she got some room for me. And
All right, slow it down. Do you have any children?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many?
I got 2 currently.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. Deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the MRT, a TAP evaluation and referral to felony drug court while in custody, a MIC evaluation, and that can be done out of custody probation because I know the length of time for that. Parenting classes, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and CPS compliance if applicable, and he's going to be extended for 1 year. Is there anything else from either side? Is there anything else you need to be successful in this probation?
No, Your Honor.
Do not come back here again for not reporting. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just have to do something.
All right. So